Why relationships change with context. Many relationships in data are not fixed. They depend on conditions. A factor that matters in one environment may become irrelevant in another. Markets behave differently during stress than during calm. Businesses respond differently during expansion than contraction. Treating relationships as constant oversimplifies reality. Conditional thinking acknowledges that effects can change depending on context. Models that ignore this often appear stable, while quietly misrepresenting behavior. Recognizing conditional structure is not about complexity. It is about realism. Relationships are rarely universal. They are situational. One way context enters analysis is through categorical states. Some conditions are not numerical. They describe regimes, classifications, or environments. Stress versus stability. Growth versus decline. Inclusion of these states allows models to compare behavior across situations. Interpretation always depends on what is excluded. Effects are measured relative to a baseline. Without understanding the reference point, conclusions lose meaning. Context does not add noise. It clarifies comparison. Ignoring it forces models to average behavior that should never be averaged. Other relationships change smoothly rather than abruptly. The impact of one factor may strengthen or weaken as another factor grows. These interactions create dependency. One variable no longer acts alone. Its influence depends on the level of something else. Interpreting these models requires care. No single number explains the effect. Meaning emerges only when variables are considered together. Focusing on isolated coefficients in these settings creates confusion. Understanding interaction requires thinking in combinations, not in parts. Context also introduces nonlinearity. Small changes can matter greatly in one range and barely at all in another. Growth behaves differently than levels. Proportional change often communicates more than absolute movement. Transforming variables does not complicate interpretation. It refines it. The choice of structure determines meaning. Models do not discover truth. They express assumptions. Making those assumptions explicit is what separates useful analysis from elegant distortion.